everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope, Louisville's original live TV sports talk show. We want to hear from you tonight. The Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz line, 964-2121. I'm your host, Greg Brom, and I am joined by a television legend, Bob Dominy, slumming it tonight with us because he just came from Walking with the Rich and Famous.
It was unbelievable.
Tell me about it.
It was unbelievable. There were so many stars, former sports stars at the party. The funny thing is that I covered them all. I was trying to look for somebody older than me, and I couldn't find anybody. Let me just give you a short rundown of some of the people that were there. Tom Jackson, Fuzzy Zeller, Dan Issel, Artis Gilmore, Art Still, remember from the '77 Wildcat football team, Frank Minifield of U of L football, Tubby Smith was there tonight, the McRae boys, Scooter and Rodney, Junior Bridgman, Mike Pratt, Otis Wilson, remember the linebacker from '77, and Ernest Gibbons.
What was this event? What was this event?
Very hush-hush, very quiet. The Sports Commission, I think it was, brought in a bunch of guys just on the hush-hush. They're going to play golf at Hurstburn tomorrow, where Macy and Roby and so many others will join the group.
I tell you what, they're at that party right now going, Bob Dominy was there. That's what they're saying.
Who was that guy in the white shirt? Kept bugging me all the time. What is my phone number?
All right, we got a busy sports night tonight. A lot of things to talk about, Bob. The Preakness yesterday.
Yeah.
I'll have another. Had another Triple Crown race, another Triple Crown victory. What victory was more? I mean, yesterday he tracked down Bodemeister again.
It was exciting.
Gutty. What a gutty
Same
race.
thing.
Exciting. Which was more impressive, his victory in the Preakness or the Derby?
I think it was the Preakness. I think you talked me into that. We were just before we got onto the air. You didn't know this horse really. Yeah, he'd won the Santa Anita Derby, but was not one of those like Union Rags that was expected to win this thing. And his coming from behind with honest speed, because you had Hansen, you had Bodemeister, you had Triniberg up front with honest speed. So that left I'll have another a chance to come. But in the Preakness, there was only Bodemeister. He led practically wire to wire.
Yes.
And so it was more impressive that I'll have another.
I tell you what, he did it again, and I mean, with about an eighth of a mile, they were almost at the finish. I'm thinking, no way. I mean, he is too far away, and he found that little bit deep inside somewhere. It was unbelievable.
And now we have a shot at a Triple Crown, first time since affirmed in 1978.
How important is it that it happens this time? We've had many close calls since affirmed. I can't remember. It's close to 10 or so that have won the Derby
and so many horses that I thought were better. Silver Charm, Point Given, Fleet Alex, Barbaro. You could go through the list of those that had the credentials to win the Triple Crown. We're going to go on, but I'll have another.
Did anybody, I mean, the horse won the Santa Anita Derby. Yep. You were saying before the show. Yep. Nobody saw this coming, did they? That this horse could be in this position?
Creative Cause is the favorite in the Santa Anita Derby and finished, third in this race.
All right. We've got a little rivalry going with Bodemeister, and I'll have another.
Yes.
Neck and neck, nose finishes.
What is this, Nashua Swaps, remember?
Well, affirmed Alidar.
Yeah.
Now, Bob Baffert says that he's not going to run Bodemeister in the Belmont.
He said he wasn't.
I read it in the paper that he was leaning towards not running him. I mean, should he run him for the good of horse racing? Actually, run Bodemeister in the Belmont so we can have a third round, a third matchup between these two horses. And I think he should.
Just for the good of the game. He ran in the Arkansas Derby. Then he ran in the Kentucky Derby. Now he's running the Preakness.
So I'll have another doing the same thing.
But, you know, horses can only take so much, and I'll have another's running because he has a shot at the Triple Crown. Bodemeister doesn't have that. So why take a chance on ruining a good horse worth a ton of money, even more in stud, to run in a race that really doesn't mean anything to him?
I think you can make history, though. Just look at what Alidar was to Affirmed. What was Frazier to Ali? I mean, if you just take yourself out of the game, the biggest race, if won by I'll have another in 30 years. I mean, it's going to be the biggest victory.
What's Onion without Secretariat?
You know what? You're just confusing me. It's confusing. I really think I hope that Bodemeister runs. I just think it would add to the drama to
Don't
have
forget.
those two going toe-to-toe.
Don't forget, you're going to have Dillahan back. You're going to have Union Rags back. You're going to have Hanson back. You're going to have a lot of horses that ran in the Derby and did very well that are going to be back.
Well, that's
And
why
see,
it's
that's
harder to
what's
win. That's why
unfair.
it's harder to win the Triple Crown
All those
now.
arrested.
I've made this case on the show that if they really, and they might get the triple, he might win it this time. This might be the time it happens, but I think they should move the Preakness back 3 weeks, just like the Belmont, to give the horse who runs in all three just another week of rest.
Now,
I think
think about
times are
this.
different. I think times are different than they
Think
were.
about this. You're too young. For those of you out here old like me, remember in the 70s, the Secretariat won in 73, Seattle Slew in 77, Affirmed in 78, and everybody was saying, oh, they'll win it every year. It doesn't have its value anymore. We haven't had a winner since.
Well, back then, every horse used to run every race. Now
remember-
there's new horses. They're resting. They're taking off to the Belmont.
Those fields were not as big either.
Yeah.
The Derby was 9, 10, 11, 12 horses max. Now they're 20. It's a cavalry charge.
All right, you talked about your star-studded party, your star-studded lifestyle a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
We had a good conversation this week, I think, Trevor Kelsey and I, on our radio show, 1450, The Sports Buzz. Make sure you listen to us, and we'll talk about Bob's radio show in the next segment. But about what is a star? Because Trevor was trying to tell me that Roy Hibbert was a star, the Indiana Pacers forward. I'm like,
Solid
no,
pro.
Solid pro.
Solid pro.
So I came up with these categories, Bob. 5 categories: superstar, star, solid pro, just a guy, and a bum. Okay?
Who's a bum? You throw me in the bums?
The bum. Well, we're
Throw
going
me
to
in the
decide.
bums.
I want to hear from our audience, 964-2121. Throw a name of an athlete to us, and we'll decide what category he fits in. I'm going to throw one out to Bob just to start it off. Tim Tebow. What category does he fit into?
Now you're counting everything.
I think
everything.
being a star is more than just how you play.
So it's the
there's
whole
an
aura.
intangible, the aura. If you're great on the field, you don't have to have as much charisma, and you're still a star.
And if you're not great on the field and you
have
got a lot
bunch
of charisma,
you're a star. Kim
All right.
Kardashian, she's a star, superstar, probably, and she has no talent. I think, but there's a sliding scale.
Are you saying Tim Tebow has no
No,
talent?
I'm not. I want to know what you have to say about Tim Tebow.
I don't think he's a proven pro. He wins. Don't get me wrong. He's a winner. There's no doubt about that. But I am not sure he falls into a star category on the football field. He is, I'm not even sure, a solid pro.
Really?
But I
You're
think
just
he
a guy.
has.
Tim Tebow, just a guy, according to Bob Dominy.
But he has this charisma that makes him a star.
I tell you what, I think he's a star.
I'll make-
And even on the field,
I'll
I'm
make
going.
him a twinkle twinkle.
He wins. He wins.
He does win.
He is dramatic with the flair in which he wins.
He's
And
going to get hurt one of these days. You
he's a
can't
big
keep
guy.
doing.
He's a big guy.
He ain't
He's
that
a
big. You
strong
start getting
guy.
hit like that.
I think Tim Tebow is a star. On the field, if it was on the field alone, he's probably a solid pro. But there's more to Tim Tebow.
You think he's a
And
solid pro on the football field?
Absolutely. He won 7. He went to the playoffs. He beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Were you a solid pro on the football field?
I was probably just a guy. I was probably a bum. We want to hear from you. Tim Tebow was our first one we threw out there. You throw us an athlete, we'll tell you what he is. I say Tebow a star. He's solid. He's just a guy to Bob Dominy. But Bob Dominy, he's a rock star. Not a star, not
I'm
a
in the
superstar,
bum
a rock
category.
star.
Don't let him kid
We're
you.
going to be back in a moment. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.
Pimp out your ride at Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road. That's Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road to pimp out your ride. They are open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They are the largest car audio dealer in the city of Louisville. No better place for paint or body work in the city than Smart Shoppers. You need rims, stereos, amps, paint, anything you need. Call 964-6652 or go to smartshoppers.com. That's Smart Shoppers, 964-6652.
Hi, I'm Jim Weeks. At MaxCare, no project is too big. We have the capabilities to handle the smallest residential project to the largest commercial undertaking. We even clean big houses like this one. And everyone has been abuzz about our amazing 4 areas for $99 special. We want to let everyone know that MaxCare also cleans upholstery, ceramic tile, and air ducts. We also install and refinish hardwood floors dust-free. MaxCare, locally owned and family operated. Give us a call, 636-4629.
Gotta get your rallies you're gonna flip for Rally's $2 chicken and fish feast. Feast on 2 flavor-packed sandwiches, just $2. Rally's spicy chicken, crispy outside, juicy inside. Or our crispy fish, wild-caught Alaskan filet. Choose 2 of the same or 1 of each, just $2. It's a flavor lover's feast, only at Rally's. Feast on.
If my night's going into overtime, I head to Rally's. It's open till midnight or later.
When I got hurt at work, I thought I was going to lose my job. No money coming in. I didn't know what I was going to do.
Have you been injured on the job? Call for a free consultation, and we'll fight to get you every penny you deserve. Call Kaufman, Stinger & Hughes and get the tiger on your side.
Hi, I'm Jenny Merriman.
And I'm Greg Brom. We've got the best deals in the city each week here at 21 Live.
Restaurants to golf to getaways, it's all on shop21live.com.
21 Live, Kentuckiana's live local shopping show.
Welcome back to Sunday Sports Buzz, presented by Sam Swope, 964-2121, and livingforless.org. Great deals, and we got a great package for you. 4 Louisville Bats tickets, a suite at the Marriott downtown, and a Wick's Pizza gift certificate. That's a $250 value for just $99. Visit livingforless.org, and you got great deals all the time on livingforless.org. Wick's is back. Plenty of Wick's certificates and Roosters. Always a favorite. Roosters on livingforless.org. And we've been talking
Can you take
about
a payment plan on this? Can I start maybe a $9 a week for?
Absolutely. You know what? That's how we're paying you tonight.
Check is in the mail.
I've
heard all this before.
You get the password into livingforless.org. So our number 964-2120. We've been talking about the Preakness, and I'll have another. I really hope Bodemeister runs to have the.
Do you want him to win the Triple Crown or not?
I want him to win it, but I think it means more even if he beat. I want to see him do it again. Track down Bodemeister again at the end.
You want him to earn it?
I want him to earn it. I think he's going to win it.
Would you feel badly if I'll have another won the Triple Crown and
no, I wouldn't. It would
long
be
time.
No, especially with the horses coming back from the Derby with the rest. If you can beat those horses who've been resting,
Dillahan,
you definitely
Union Rags,
Hanson. And a mile and a half is a long way.
Oh, till you're at the race and watch that thing. I mean. You can barely see the entire oval at the Belmont, which, by the way, from about here to there, all the way on the back side is these huge old trees. Beautiful place. There's a mammoth old oak tree in the paddock. That is, I like Belmont. It's a pretty place. Yeah.
Because
now Preakness is
Pimlico, they say, is not quite as good.
Not in a great neighborhood, and not a great looking place. Siding. I mean, it's big 5 stories of siding.
All right, we got G-Money, E-Money, my man E is on the line on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz line. What's up, E?
Oh, nothing, man. I like your star question, man. That's a good question there.
Money is a star. I'm talking to a star right now, superstar.
when I'm around you, my star status goes up. It's just kind of one of those things,
The glow? Yeah.
Being around you, it rubs off. But I want to ask you, your brothers, both stars, you, star. Let's take it back to the origin of time. What about Oscar Braun?
Oscar Braun, you never got to see him play. I didn't. What, Bob? You weren't around.
No, I didn't see Oscar play either.
He tells me he's a superstar.
Yeah. He was a quarterback too, right?
He was a quarterback.
Wait a minute. Jeff was a quarterback. Brian was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Your dad was a quarterback.
They didn't like me. They didn't like me very much.
Somebody had to catch the ball.
Sure. Somebody had to catch their passes and let them admire their throws.
Could you have been a quarterback? Did you have the skills?
I was just telling Brian the other day, I was out throwing with my new team, my new high school team.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I got a pretty...
What is the name of the school again?
Thomas Nelson High School in Bardstown. I got a pretty good arm, Bob. I think I was mispositioned. I drew the short straw at a young age, obviously.
And still drawing it from this show.
Absolutely. We talked about stars, though, and E-Money brings it up. Yeah. And we talked about Tebow. Cal Perry and Rick Pitino. Superstars.
Yeah,
Charlie Strong.
Could be a superstar, certainly moving in that track. He's definitely a solid coach, even in his first couple of years with U of L. Before then, he was, a defensive coordinator and some other things with Florida. I like Charlie to get better than that.
I tell you what,
I think he's
a rising star. I think
Yeah.
he'll go win the Big East, go to a BCS Bowl superstar.
And then leave. That's the problem. Come on.
We can't blame. It's not a problem. I don't even say it's a problem.
Well, Tom Jurich always says, "Give me that kind of people. I want other people to want my
I don't
coaching."
think it's a problem. I mean,
It is if he leaves.
Well, I mean, he'll find another one. I mean, but Charlie, he'll. You know, I think it's great if you come here and you're great for the time you're here, and then you go to do something else. That's fine.
I don't want him to go.
I know. How about Shane Bohannon?
Solid college player. I think has the potential to be a great contributor with whomever he goes to. I'm not sure he has star qualities.
Oh, really?
But I think he can be solid and be in the NBA for a long time.
Well, and you know what? I think he's
a little
on the
short.
cusp of being I'm talking, locally here, I think he's on the cusp of being a star. He's a solid pro type guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying pro as in pro athlete, just
Right, I
the
know.
category solid pro.
Yeah.
But when he took the ball against Florida on the block, down one, and he waved everybody away.
Yeah.
And said, "I'm taking it," and converted.
Got to do that more.
You
though.
do it. You got to do it more. That's what I think too. He's got to do it more.
And I like him a lot.
Absolutely. Well, let's see how much everybody else likes Bohannon and the rest of the great basketball players around here next year. Bob Dominy we have a graphic of the possible starting fives.
No,
for Louisville.
you out there, wherever you are the head coach of the UK, U of L, and IU teams combined for next year. Who do you start?
Well, you got to have a big boy.
Who do you start at point guard?
Who do you start? Look at this group. Who's your point guard? Siva, Harrell, Holes. Then you got shooting guard. Blackshear.
Well, no, stick with point guard. I'm going
I'll
to
tell you what, I don't know enough about these Kentucky guys maybe to pick any of them to start in next year's crop. And
Harrell
Holes
is supposedly
Siva.
quick as heck.
I'm going Siva.
Well, he's a senior. He's got the experience. Yes, he makes some stupid things, but he does a lot of good things too. Hulls is a great shooter, and I mean distributes the ball well. He's not more than the sliver behind Siva, and I've got to see more of Harrell like you before I know.
Well, who do you like at shooting guard? Because Blackshear showed glimpses, but boy, that was it. It was just glimpses at the end of the year. He better be good for this team to be as good as people.
We haven't really seen enough of Blackshear to know. We know what he was in high school. Oladipo can be spectacular. He can take over a game for 7 or 8 minutes, and then he kind of disappears. Archie Goodwin, I've seen him in the McDonald's Classic. I've seen him in the Jordan
Is he as good as last year?
Classic.
Could he fit with last year's UK rookies?
Sight unseen with that group, I'll take Goodwin.
Goodwin. You know what? I'm going to lean to Blackshear. I mean,
Okay.
I saw enough of the athleticism.
The potential is great.
I saw enough of that. Okay, small forward.
This is tough.
That's tough because we really don't
know anything about Hancock.
Sheehy's the only one that's
We really
done
know.
anything.
Yeah.
But Hancock, Rick is really talented.
I know, and that's all we know at this particular point. Poitras, I managed to see in the All-Star games. He's live, he's long, he has a variety of shots. Played here, I think, in the Kentucky version. If I've got to pick among those three, he can shoot the ball. But he's a liability on the defensive end.
That's all he's
hustles. I've got to
He's
take
a one-trick
Poitras.
guy. Poitras. I'll tell you what. Okay, look at Louisville's. As we done Blackshear, we got Hancock. We're going to talk about Bohannon. Who's going to be the guy for Louisville next year? Who's the guy? Who's the man?
It's got to be Siva. I mean, he has to be the man. If he's not the man, they're in trouble. Blackshear can be a great supporter at that particular time. We've already talked about Bohannon, and we want to get back to the other two positions.
Yeah.
But and Zhang is going to be Zhang. We really don't know what Luke Hancock can do, but based on what Pitino says he is a great leader, a great basketball player. Didn't call him a great shooter, didn't call him a great rebounder, we call him a great basketball player. That's really a mouthful in his behalf.
Absolutely. We're going to come back. We'll come back after the break, and we'll go to the power forwards and the centers, and we'll complete our starting lineup, the all-area team. You're the coach. 964-2121, the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line. Give us a call. The Sunday Sports Buzz, presented by Sam Swope.
Join Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Ross from 1-800-ASK-GARY. I'm here to tell you about a new law in Kentucky. It is now against the law for a stranger to call or come to your home after a car accident to solicit you for medical or legal services. Report this illegal act to your insurance company. You may be entitled for a full refund of fees paid for services already received. Don't risk damaging your case or your health. We'll always do what's right for you. 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Don't let computer problems frustrate you, whether it's pop-ups, a virus, hardware, or software problem, or troubleshooting any computer problems. Simply call Igloo On-Site Computer Repair. Igloo's highly professional, experienced technicians will come to your home or business and put an end to your computer problems at a third the cost of most competitors. Call now, 2 On-Site. That's area code 502-266-7483. Igloo On-Site Computer Repair.
You're gonna flip for Rally's $2 chicken and fish feast. Feast on 2 flavor-packed sandwiches, just $2. Rally's spicy chicken, crispy outside, juicy inside. Or our crispy fish, wild-caught Alaskan filet. Choose 2 of the same or 1 of each, just $2. It's a flavor lover's feast, only at Rally's. Feast on.
If my night's going into overtime, I head to Rally's. It's open till midnight or later.
Sitting in the presence of greatness, a star.
Somebody walk in the studio.
Where's your friend from last time? I wish you'd have brought her back. She made our top 10 list for the year.
She was
a hot friend that you brought with you. You came empty-handed, no trophies today, Bob.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm
a
losing
slow
it.
Sunday?
I'm losing it.
I doubt that. I doubt that very, very much. But we've got your radio show. Let's talk real quickly about your radio show, 1570.
Started about 3 months ago.
3 to 4.
News Talk 1570, 3 to 4 in the afternoon. And like to have a good time. You know me. I'm going to have a good time. Yeah. I start every day with, yo, yo, yo! Isn't it a great day in paradise? And we're here on the 10th floor of the studios here on Potter's Lane. Of course, we're practically in the basement. We don't have a 10th-story studio. But we have a good time every day.
Oh, good. Well, we're on the line right now. We need to get this guy to be one of your regulars. Pimp Daddy.
Pimp Daddy
on the line.
How's it going, Greg?
It's been a while.
Yeah, I know that. Hey, for the discussion for the starting 5 for everybody around, how about you put Wayne Blackshear in the discussion at the 3 spot, and then putting Russ Smith in the consideration for shooting guard?
Ooh, Russ Smith. Excuse me. He's my guy, too, Pete. Russ, well, you got to keep him off the bench, though. But that guy, finally, Rick has been giving Russ his due since the NCAA tournament run. I mean, on the blog even, he said we wouldn't have.
No.
We'd been,
I think he's
with
right.
the fishes.
Yep,
That's what he said without Russ.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, Terry. Hey, girl, what's going on?
Yes. I would like to know, what do you think about Teddy Bridgewater and all our freshmen? You know, some players have a tendency of having 1 good year, some have 2, 3, 4. What do you think about them?
I tell you what, Teddy Bridgewater, first of all, is he a star, superstar, solid pro?
Budding, definitely on the way to star. Has the potential to be a superstar.
I think he's star right now. What I saw, I think he's done enough. He's the face of the program. And it's not because someone said he is. He developed it himself. He became it.
Now everybody
he pronounced
sees
himself that with his
everybody
play.
sees what they see on the football field. What I get a chance to do is see the total package.
I love his toys.
Oh, he has the total package. That's what's going to make him a superstar someday. He's got the total package.
Hey, let's throw up that graphic with the players that are part of our all Kentuckiana team.
Yeah, you're the head coach of a team that has UK, U of L, IU players on it.
If we can throw that graphic up there. Power forward was Bohannon, Wiltshire, and Watford.
Yeah, Christian Watford.
Boy, that's a tough category there. That might be the toughest call.
No, center's the toughest call. We'll get to that in a second.
What do you like? Who do you like at power forward?
Christian Watford comes and goes too much. I mean, he can just like Oladipo.
Got a dagger, though.
Oh, he can.
Dagger in the cast.
Well, yeah, that's what everybody remembers. But if you watch him closely, he sometimes takes a lot of stupid shots and takes himself out of the ball game as much as he puts them in the ball game. Wiltshire, I don't think he can play on the defensive end as well as he needs to be in this discussion, and that leaves Bohannon.
I think he might be just
and
the
not
guy.
just because he's the last one left. I mean, I think he has the qualities to be a really good contributor on any team, and I'm talking about in the future
I
too.
think
in the
he
NBA.
really stepped up in the
Now look at that center position, will you? Look, I mean, those are probably three of the
Now,
top
are you going
five
with Noel,
centers.
though? I mean, he hasn't done. He's supposed to be the great shot blocker.
He is a great shot. Better than Anthony Davis, in my estimation, in the couple of games that I've seen. And that's a mouthful.
Better. Wow.
Better shot player. Now, on the offensive end, he's not as skilled as Anthony Davis.
I tell you what, Zeller impressed me against
Zhang
Kentucky.
is such a great kid. He has so much potential to get so much better, and he's already good. But you can't take it away from Cody Zeller. He's
I
only
thought
going to
he
be a
was
sophomore.
impressive against the Cats in the tournament.
I think he's better than his brother.
You know what? I think he is too.
I think he's better than his brother.
I think I'd take
Carolina.
a slight edge to Zeller. I mean, Zhang is on the way though. He's a lottery pick.
Yeah, but
Zhang
I
will be a lottery pick.
I love Zhang, but you can't take it away from Zeller.
All right, we got a couple of minutes left. What do you think about UK-IU series ending?
I think it was they were both at fault. I mean, it's just.
Who's at more fault?
Well, I think Calipari wanted to change things. IU wanted to keep it the same.
Yes.
So if you're talking about Calipari trying to change it, I think he's more to blame.
Okay.
Because he wasn't going to do it unless we're going to do it this way, which was a change in the format.
It was a way, though, that he was proposing that nobody does. I mean, it's.
He wanted to play it all at neutral sites.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, he's going to go to Mike Slav and say, "Hey, these SEC road
So
games,
what
we're not
happened-
going to play these anymore."
We all watched the game in Bloomington. We all know what a crazy house it is. But what happened to make Calipari feel that way?
It wasn't that bad. Come on.
I
Didn't
didn't
you ever
think
play
so.
on the road? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what makes it fun.
It is noisy in that place. I'll give
come on.
Assembly Hall a lot of credit.
Yeah, I would.
It gets real noisy.
That was the atmosphere of the year in college basketball.
I think so.
And now you're taking what would be two top 5 teams, they don't get to play. I think it's a shame. But Kyle is
Indiana
right. His
wasn't gonna
program
give an
is a
inch.
bit different than everybody else's.
Why
now,
couldn't
but-
they have said, we'll go neutral this year, we'll go home this
Exactly.
year? Make a compromise of some sort.
We got 10 seconds left. Well, Bob, thanks for joining us.
Hey, swell.
We'll
I was
see
the
you-
last one on the list, the last one you called.
Well, we'll see you off by next week. We'll see you next week, Sunday.